Hey guys, it's 10 Types, and you all saw the thumbnail, you all saw the title. We're going to be torturing our opponents a bit today with some good old-fashioned Glaring Wheezing, and if you don't know what this card does, it pretty much has an ability that stops your opponent from doing like anything. It has the ability Neutralizing Gas, which turns off all of your opponent's abilities as long as Wheezing's in the active, and most of the decks in the game rely completely on abilities such as the Inteleon engine, the Barrel engine, and cards like Palkia V-Star and Arceus V-Star also rely on their abilities a lot. They can sometimes get around it, but they'll really struggle, especially if this guy's in the active. And of course, they could do this if we went second because we couldn't evolve, but luckily we have the Coughing from Shining Fates with its Ascension attack, which just allows us to evolve immediately with our attack, which is amazing, so they aren't able to evolve the Drizzles or anything, and we can just completely shut that down. However, we can still use our own Drizzles, so you can use Shady Dealings to get any pieces we might need, although honestly it's a pretty simple deck with Weezing being our only attacker. We also have the Inteleon from Chilling Reign, which does quick shooting with its ability, placing 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon every single turn. And combined with the Weezing's Severe Poison attack, dealing 4 poison instead of 1, you'll be doing a lot of damage every single turn while your opponent's just sitting there not doing anything. And if they ever try to do something, we can always get in with Boss's Orders to get something stuck in the active, and also go in with Crushing Hammer to remove some of their energy. Overall, I don't think your opponents are going to like this too much, but I think you, as the audience, will. Okay, so we're hopping into the first game here. Let's see what our opponents got going on. We should be good no matter what they have, though, unless there's some weird deck that doesn't use any abilities, which is pretty much nothing. So as long as they're playing a normal deck, we should be fine. We don't have the best of opening hands here, but it should be fine. We got the ability to grab some Coughing, some Sobbles. We see them going in with Mew. So this could be the Turbo Dialga deck, which is honestly not that good, and it's pretty vulnerable. We see them grabbing a Scoop Up Net, not something they want to play right there, but I imagine they're going to go and get whatever their attackers are, but nope. And you know, Weezing does what it does best, gets their opponent to scoop the game. No idea what their game plan was there, but they decided to just end it, and I don't blame them. Okay, going into our second game here, let's see if our opponent wants to stick it out. With a username like Smeargle12, who knows what they're bringing, but with Colress, it certainly could be Smeargle, which should be funny. Unfortunately, they probably won't be able to do anything this matchup if that's what they're playing. If they're playing Arceus, they might not be able to do anything either, but let's just see what we can get going here. Pretty bad opening hand, but at least we have Professor's Research if we want to use that. And we see they're playing the Reggie's deck, which is surprising. Luckily, this is pretty much an auto win because they're not going to be able to do anything the whole game because they can't accelerate their energies. We see them play Speed Lightning, but it's fine with us. Doesn't really matter. And if we're just Coughing and poison them, it should be completely fine. And this hand's looking okay, honestly, because if we don't play any other Pokemon and we just ability lock them, then they can't play something like Boss's Orders or Escape Rope to get rid of it, and they can't accelerate energy to start dealing damage, so we're completely fine there. You see them get some more of the Reggies, and they're actually really low on Reggies. They could have run out. Probably not. They probably have another one in their hand, if I had to guess. They Ordinary Rotting, though, so that's their first Ordinary Rod they're down, and the Pokestop makes a lot of sense in this deck. Here, of course, means that they can't beat a deck like Duraludon, but that's not too bad because it's not that common right now. So we can just get rid of this Inteleon and some of the other stuff with the research. Not too big of a deal. And then we probably just go in Ascension here. You don't need them being able to do anything right now. And we can just get them poisoned up next turn. Let's see if they stick it out, though. As I said, not being able to do anything, pretty annoying for them. See him attach his Choice Spell, completely useless in this matchup. And they're going to go for a Marnie, and our hand was looking pretty bad, honestly. So I'm completely fine with that. They can't even one-shot this Weezing, which is just really brutal for them. They hit another Choice Spell, completely useless in this matchup again, and the Ordinary Rod shouldn't be too useful either. We can get this Coughing down, though, which I like, and we can get a Sobble down. We want to start doing something here. If we keep doing nothing for the whole game, we're not going to win. So I'll go for Weezing. And they need a switch card like a Scoop Up Net here, which is what they'll be looking for. They're already down one Scoop Up Net, and they might not play. They probably don't play Escape Rope because they play Boss. So we should be able to just shut them down with the Weezing. You see the third energy coming down on the Regieleki, so they can swing with that once. not too big of a deal, and they just mill themselves with Pokestop, and they might deck out before we take our prizes. Who knows? But they'll just go and keep drawing stuff, keep throwing cards around. They got all their Regid in play, which is fine. They can't really do anything with that, but they can do that if they want. And I'll quick ball away this Inteleon. Getting rid of 2 Inteleons is annoying, and we prize one as well. But I can just get another Sobble. We're going to get something going. And honestly, the Inteleons aren't too important. Can get another research. And this hand's looking fine. Drizzile. And honestly, Crushing Hammer is looking pretty good here. Boss's Order is also always a good play. I don't think we want to Marnie them here, so I'll just snag this Crushing Hammer. Probably going to Drizzile again as well. But hopefully get rid of one of their lightning energies. And they probably have some Aurora energies. Don't get the heads there. That's fine. They probably play 4 Aurora, may play 4 Speed Lightning, which is completely fine. But they can't do anything more than manually attach, so we should be set to win this game. Cannot evolve this turn because we just got that down, which is a little bit annoying, but not too big of a deal. And we can just Severe Poison. Doesn't do anything because they're already poisoned, but let's see. I imagine they don't have the scoop of net play here. They might, though. Not impossible, especially with the Pokestop. And they get it off the Pokestop, so they can start doing a little bit of something here. Again, not able to use any of their abilities, which is super unfortunate for them. They're going to Terra Spark, but that removes some of their energy, so they're probably not going to... I suppose they could go for the Static Shock after this, which is an okay play. Gets them the first prize, which is nice for them. I could go for a Crushing Hammer play here, but I don't think that's necessary. I could go for a Boss's Orders play, though, and that might be really strong. Of course, them setting up more stuff doesn't make me too happy, so I'll just quick ball away this other quick ball, grab myself something out of the deck, like, say, this Coughing here. Get another energy on it, play the Sobble down. You can also get an Inteleon to start pinging away at them, and just get in a super good spot. They won't be able to take any of our guys out on the bench, and we can go for some more poison. Yeah, Crushing Hammer. And getting them down to only 4 cards, they might miss the energy if I flip heads here. I do get the heads. We can quick shooting their Regieleki and start poison them again. Not able to take any prizes yet, but they have 0 energy on the board. No way to get energy into play. I suppose if they hit a Boss's Orders, they can do something, but they probably won't be able to draw the Boss's Orders. With Pokestop, they might just get rid of their other one. They might even only play 1 Boss's Orders because the deck really struggles to set up without supporter cards. Hisui and Heavy Ball just to do something. They get another Regigigas, but again, completely useless here. See a Twin Energy hit the board and a Professor's Research. So they will be getting their first prize, but not too much before I get my first prize, because they will take some poison damage, and they'll still be under ability lock and all that good stuff. So I can just quick shooting them, and you see the power of the quick shooting, just picking away at them. They can't really do anything here. So I'll snag a prize. Marnie's good. They got a ton of cards in their hand. We don't really want them doing anything. So play this Evolution Incense, get out this other Galarian Weezing. And I'll play that down. There might be another Coffee in deck, or Sobble as well. So I'll grab the Sobble. We still have an energy to attach, so we can actually attack with Inteleon for Waterfall if that's something that we want to do. Not the best play, but 70 damage is something, so it's pretty cool. We can go and Severe Poison them and start picking away at them even more. And of course we could deck out, but we still have a few Marnies left in deck. Looks like 2 left. And so hopefully we get our other Inteleon off the prizes at some point, and we can maybe go after, I don't know, something they don't want to attack with, like the Registeel. That's something they don't really want to set up in active ever. It just doesn't do very much damage. So you can also go after the Regice, but the Regieleki always a good target. And so we'll start going after that guy again. That's what they used to take the KO last time. We could attach another water or another darkness energy to our Inteleon, but that's not really necessary because we already got one. We should be able to pretty much do whatever we want from here on out. And they probably can't do too much. We see them powering up the Regidrago, so that might snag another prize off of us, but still got another coughing and wheezing in the deck, I believe. So we can go for another play where we just keep poisoning them and should be able to take them out after a few turns. Can even go for the boss's orders, get something else stuck in the active. Looking for that other Inteleon. Don't find off the prizes just yet, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I'm thinking the best way to approach this, and I think it's just go after this Regilucky. Don't really want to deal with that anymore, and we can just poison them. We could play boss's orders as well to get around this guy and stop him from taking any prizes at all, but I think it should be fine. And I'll probably go at them again and take out their Regidrago with the quick shooting Inteleon. That seems like a solid play. They might not even have the energy. Looks like they're down 2 Aurora, so they need to hit the last one they have. They might have it, though. And they're going for a Professor's Research. You see the Pokestop and Research combo, and they have, like, nothing. So they're probably just going to deck out in a few turns anyway. But we can maybe take some prizes before then. But I know they can't, so we can just send up the Weezing again, quick shooting to ping at them, and they'll die to poison going into their turn, which is a bit brutal. I could have gone for the Crushing Hammer play and almost guaranteed to be safe here, but that's not guaranteed heads, so I'll just go and poison them again or something. And we go up our prizes again, and yep, we see them scoop. They stuck it out longer than I thought, though. They got some stuff going on there, but even if we just look at their deck, we see that they only play 2 boss's orders and weren't really able to do too much with that. No other switch of mine. They can scoop up net. But overall, you see the power of the deck and how brutal it can be to play against it. Okay, getting into our third and final game here. We'll see what we're against. See the Zacian deck box and pulling a coin. So don't know what they're rocking with. It should be something cool, hopefully. Unfortunately, we're not rocking with something cool, but they'll see soon enough. And no opening Pokemon here, only playing those 8 basics, so pretty common to miss it, but we'll see how many mulligans we have to take. Hopefully it's not a ton, because they get 1 turn without abilities, and sometimes that turn they can do a lot if they have a ton of cards in their hand, because we take a ton of mulligans. But we are, of course, going first this game, which is generally preferred. We can't use that Ascension attack, but it doesn't matter too much. And we can start a coughing here, and we'll see what they're gonna go with. If they go with the turbo deck, they could KO our coughing, but there aren't too many of those in the game right now, and we see a Palkia start, which is fine for us. I'll play down these Sobbles, and can go for an Ascension next turn, or ideally start poisoning them. And honestly, I don't know what they'll be able to do about this if they're playing an Inteleon engine deck. They might just be able to cut through my Weezings, but they'll die. They'll take away slowly, unfortunately. So they won't be able to quite get there. They're probably going to play out some other Pokemon. They'll play the Path to Peak, as I like to call it, the Baby Weezing. Not too strong there. And they'll grab some other stadium like Training Court. So that's fine. It doesn't really matter for us. Hit another Sobble. We can escape rope though. Send up that other Palkia. Don't really want to deal with that too much. We can scoop up net it. And Marnie them. We just want to stop them from doing anything if we can. And this turn's looking fine. So we can go ahead and grab ourselves a Drizzile. And then grab ourselves another Drizzile. And do some stuff. Not that much stuff though. We're not going crazy here. And we'll probably get ourselves another level ball to grab another coughing don't want to go out too long without and backup coughing. So level ball, able to grab us exactly what we need here. And not having to remove any of our resources from our hand. You can go in with Crushing Hammer as well, get rid of their energy, because we don't want them having anything to do. And that's why you play decks like this. If your opponent can do anything, you're not doing it right. So you can just completely shut them down, and maybe they can attach, maybe they can evolve. I mean, they can maybe even Melanie and grab the KO, but probably not. They probably can't do any of that because they don't have any abilities. And so we should just be able to keep poisoning them. We can start going in the Inteleon, and it looks like they're going to grab out maybe a Sobble here. But that's not saving them, because they just need the ability to use the Drizzile and the Inteleons, and they can't do that. So we'll see a Sobble here, though. Hopefully no switch cards. Hopefully no energy cards. But I don't think we're going to see too much from them this game. And honestly, the reason you play this deck, and hopefully the reason you're watching this video, you want to see the Weezing deck in action. If you're here to see my opponent's deck in action, you unfortunately come to the wrong place. We hit a Drizzile, though, which is pretty cool. We can grab ourselves something like Professor's Research. And I think that's exactly what we'll do here. No reason to play that Scoop Up Net. Doesn't really help us. We'll just lose some cards. We don't really want to do that. We want them to lose cards. Unfortunately, Flip Tails and Crushing Hammers. I guess I'm a bit rusty on that, but I can go grab myself another Inteleon, shut them down a bit more. You can go and play this other Dark Energy. You can start quick shooting as well. And I think we want to go after this Palkia. There's a chance they might do something with that, and we don't like that too much. So we'll poison them again, and we can Scoop Up Net next turn to maybe ping an extra time, and the turn after that we can get a bit more going. Nothing crazy, though. We also have Boston Orders to hold them back a turn. And we see a Radiant Greninja. Again, another Pokemon that can't use its ability. And they honestly can't use it because of the path to the peak as well. So, interesting pick. We see this in some decks, but it's annoying. Even if they do play a Boston Orders or something, they can't use their abilities, which is unfortunate for them. But I didn't build their deck, so that's not my problem right now. But let's see. They have a bit more damage on this Palkia. I think it's about time to, let's see. I think I quick shooting this other Palkia. Again, really scared if they do anything. So this guy will die from poison going into our turn. Their active Palkia, assuming they're not able to get that out. And I don't think that's happening. You can pick away more at this guy. You can even get another energy on this Coughing. Unfortunately, if they play a card like Escape Rope, they will be able to escape our lock a bit, but it shouldn't be too much. And so they have 120 health, but we should be able to pick away at that, and they shouldn't have that health much longer. Their one Palkia is going down, and we see they scoop up the cards and move on to the next game. It took them a little while, but they got there in the end. And you saw how the deck just pretty much stops your opponent from doing anything. Sorry to my opponents, but, you know, it's free content, so not much I can do about it. But I hope you all enjoy this video. If you did, please like the video, and I really appreciate if you subscribed, commented, and even something like disliking really helps the YouTube algorithm recommend it to more people. And I really hope you enjoyed the style of content, and if you have other suggestions, please post them in the comments, and I'll look forward to reading them, and I also look forward to seeing you in the next video.